Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease, and today on 3.23, a new update has arrived, and I'm currently around one of the distribution centers on Microtech, and I'm just kind of taking a look at things here, trying to see just how the progress is looking, and going over as many details as I can. I know it was just sadly announced that hangars and freight elevators are going to be somewhat delayed until 3.23.x, which means either 0.1 or 0.2, depending on if they can find out what's causing that delay and fixing it. Last we heard, it's just a simple matter of trying to make sure it can handle the amount of instant hangars and everything, and so it's just they're working on it. So hopefully we'll see that only a few weeks after the live release of 3.23, which, by the way, speaking of which, this build is much smoother so far. And I know it's only been about an hour since the release of the build, but so far the servers have held pretty strong. You're having a lot better interactivity compared to my last video and not being able to do things, and so it's looking really good. Now, I'm going to put my ship down here on the ground, and we're going to go ahead and walk up the ramp and see what this distribution center looks like, because from up here, it looks pretty sweet. So let me go ahead and just turn here, and we'll go ahead and take a look at this distribution center. Now, one thing I do want to go over in this video is a little bit more on cruise control, as well as a little bit of a touch on some of the modes and everything that you have with master modes, because I feel like that a lot of people just aren't and that's okay, but a lot of people just aren't really connecting with how they work, or, the reasons behind it, or how it can actually be beneficial. Now, there's still a lot of work they're doing on it, so of course things are going to change, and that's understandable, as it's the first iteration of a completely new, model of how these ships are going to operate. And I really do not think they're going to revert back or anything, so this is kind of what we got to expect from here. Because Squadron 42 is built around this system, switching, nav mode, SCM mode, all that kind of stuff. So with that in mind, they're going to work on it and balance it out a lot better for the online, MMO style game, which is great. It's going to have a rough start, of course. Everybody's so used to the current flight model in 3.2.2 and prior. And I'm sorry to say that flight model is now becoming extinct. There's some benefits to that, though. You no longer have to worry about the person that exploits circle strafing, which is great, because as much as a very skilled pilot likes to say that circle strafing isn't an exploit, it definitely is, because it manipulates the pip and doesn't allow you to make connected shots, which is, that's just because you're manipulating a computer program, a video game, to do that. So it adds pros, it adds cons. They're going to work on the cons and try to make it a better experience for everybody. And I will go over some of those modes and kind of walk you through that here in a little bit. But for now, we're walking up the ramp of a distribution center here on Microtech. This one says shipping. I'm going to turn off my light here. This is super cool. I don't have obviously I brought my F-8C Lightning out here. I don't have a ship with me that can carry a vehicle, but this would be really cool if I did. I really wish they would take the connection points here and run a road network out to cities and settlements and stuff like that, actually mapping around, the planet, because just like here on Earth, we map our locations and we, put streets and roads, and it allows for transportation of goods without needing a starship, and, wow, I really like that. I don't know why. And so I think it would be a really good idea if they did that. Oh, I bet you these can go up. Well, maybe they can't right now, but I bet you those look like those emergency blockades that you would have in that type of situation. But it would be really cool, because then you wouldn't always have to worry about having a starship. And there's no stairs right here. Okay, I guess I'll just walk down. And you could just drive around, which would be really sweet. Even if it would take hours, because trust me, these planets are massive. But that would be really cool. Hopefully one day they'll have that. So it looks like I just came here through the shipping entrance, and you got landing pads, Or no, maybe I'm over here. No, I don't even think I'm over here at all. I don't think any of this is where I'm at. Because it says shipping entrance, but this doesn't look like it. But maybe that's just the other side. We'll have to move around here. Oh man, this is why it's just so cool. Oh, look at this. Let's go check up here really quick. This would be like your security bunker, right, at the entrance of this facility. So let's take a look. And so you'd have guards up here, obviously, with like automatic rifles and stuff. Potentially. I mean, it's a hub for microtech, so you would want to make sure it stays secure, just like any campus nowadays in real life, right? No matter what country you're in, typically places like this have security or port authority or some sort. So, oh, yep, like these ones are up. So just like in the entrance over there, they could potentially be brought up and down. So that's cool. Looking around here, let's see. Oh, we're getting a visualization right now of a lot of the cargo we are going to see with the new freight elevators, probably. Like, look at this, Drake Interplanetary. That's cool. And then over here you got Crusader. Ah, all these cool-looking cargo containers and stuff. Ooh, hello. Is this drivable, please? Let's see if they haven't accessed, like, I don't think they've made it drivable yet. That's too bad. I was hoping it was. This is cool. This is that thing that you can drive around, though, so that'd be cool when that is operational. Now, if we proceed over here, let's take a look. Oh, we got a door. Cool. I don't think you can access here. Obviously not yet. It says we're right here, so, you know, I guess that was the entrance. It's just, that didn't look... It doesn't look like that over there. Like, is that really a hangar right there? Maybe that is. Interesting. Very interesting. So here is a door. Big old cargo door. This is a freight elevator door, isn't it? So this isn't available yet, but this looks like a freight elevator door. It really does. Very interesting. Okay. So distribution centers obviously already have a lot of what they're going to need for that, you know, freight elevator. Oh my god, this place is huge. I thought I was walking through a lot of the facility already, but there's so much more to go this way. I'm like taking my time over here, but obviously they are already building these things out. Ooh, we do have a guard. Hello. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if there's... Sup? I wasn't sure if there was anybody here. This is cool. Facing the wrong way, though, aren't you? Why are you looking at the wall? Are you in trouble? Whatever. And then this guy's over here just wanting a hug. Come here, give me a hug. Come on. It's alright. It's cold out. You're gonna be alright. Cool, you know. She was gonna play a prank on me, I know it. First normal looking guard so far. I mean, he's facing at least the right direction. He's got a little bit of some interesting sight views, you know, viewpoints there, but that's alright. The AI in a place like this, it's going to take a while probably for them to get it mapped out correctly. Wow, this place is cool. I hope all these points are accessible for, like, if you're doing a stealthy raid or something in the future. Man, there is just so much around, and the potential is astronomical with a location like this. Wow, the lighting just looks phenomenal, too. So far, I think the newest 3.2.3 update is looking fantastic for the opportunity of it going to at least Wave 2, or opening it up to even further waves after that. West exit point, west entrance point. Okay, entrance on the left, exit on the right. Got it. And then you have like a lot more cargo area over here and everything. This is quite the facility. Oh, okay, so I can't go in here. I can't go in there at all. Okay, so if I go in here, I am breaking rules. I'll get shot at probably. There's guards. Like, there's a guard right there. He's looking. That right there is the first normal guard. I feel like the guy's zoning me out right now. He's like, he's got me on point. He's ready to go. He's not lifting his weapon because I didn't break the rules, but facility under surveillance. That's good. Don't see any cameras anywhere, so they've gotten rid of the technology of cameras in the future, so unless they're just like built into the wall. Should I go in there and risk the no, I'm not going to risk it right now. Let's see. You want a hug too? Is your job that hard? Okay. Let's see here. What if I went through a door that wasn't... Oh, man. We don't have access yet. Oh, wait. Oh, no. No! Okay, so I've fallen to the ground here. Let's see if I can get out. So, this is... in Star Citizen's nature to be expected that there's going to be an area or two that has its issues, right? And that it's not going to be 100% quite yet. Let's run all the way through and see if we can get out of here really quick, and if we can make it out, that's great. If not, that's a bummer. I like that the building here is sitting on top of trees and stuff. I'm pretty sure that when they place these down, they clear the area out first, right? Or are they just assuming that the generation of these facilities in certain areas are clearing it for you? But obviously, there's still a lot of stuff underneath these facilities, it looks like. Well, not a lot, but, you know, a few trees here and there. Especially back there. There's like half a forest back there just sticking through the at the bottom. I'm just going to run towards the entrance. So far, you know, this was a great look at distribution centers. So be careful if you're on 3.23 or if you're going to be entering 3.23 with the next wave here soon, that these centers are not 100%, you know, safe to walk on. I'm going to try to get to that exit really quick and go from there. Let's see here. Keep going, and let's see what happens. You'd think you'd be able to just phase right back through the floor when you get to an area that is more level with the ground. You would think so, but it's not going to let me right here. What is this? Why? How dare you? Let's try over here. I'll see if there is a hopefully possible way of getting out of this facility. Unless they really walled me in here. Wow. This wall is fantastic. What a great wall. I'm impressed. I'm going to see if I can get out of this really quick. I'll be back with you in just a second. Okay, so to let you know, there's no way really out of the distribution center when you fall through the floor. So you'll end up having to backspace and, you know, lose your gear and have to recall your ship and all that. So, yeah, okay. Moving on to the next thing. Let's get to it. Okay, so for this next part, I decided to pick one of the least annoying ships when it comes to how loud they are. Even though right now the hangar above me is the most loud thing possible. And it's the C1 Spirit. They're not loud when you're sitting here, etc., etc., etc. I'm not going to get into that. I'm currently in SCM guns mode, as you can see right here at the top. If I hit middle mouse button, it goes to SCM missile. If I hit it again, it goes to SCM scan, where it can scan things. Now, if I go back to SCM gun mode, this is basically your combat flight mode where you stay within the ship's top SCM speed. So what that means is you're going to be pretty slow, but you do have the ability to boost still. So boosting will allow you to continue moving at a pretty decent speed if you need to go anywhere kind of quick, but only for a very short period of time. So what you're going to want to do before you even leave the hangar, anytime you play now with 323, that's kind of annoying, is press and hold B. It'll switch over to nav QTM. Now, you don't need to be in QTM mode, right? Just hit middle mouse button, so now you're in nav flight mode. Yes, I know, in a previous video I called FLT, faster than light. I don't know why, I thought it said FTL. Anyways, at this point, it's going to charge that quantum drive. Now you're good to go. You can go ahead and leave at a very high rate of speed once you put your landing gear up. So I would just take off a little bit, pull your landing gear up, and then go ahead and, you know, make sure the hangar is open and get out of here, right? One of the biggest things that people seem to have a concern about, yeah, just gotta love the way these ships fit in this hangar, is that when you are in this mode, you're extremely vulnerable because you don't have any shields, right? Okay, I get that. So right now, though, if someone's in gun mode, if they're trying to go after me, they can't. I'm already going faster than they'll ever be able to go because they're in gun mode, right? So not only did I leave the hangar safely and allow me to avoid any sort of conflict, at any moment's notice, as long as I'm not being jammed, of course, I can go ahead and switch over to quantum and just make my jump, right? So it'll spool to the location you're trying to jump, obviously. So that takes a few seconds. But outside of that, you're pretty much good to go. I'm trying to see, where is a moon here? There's Microtech. There's Daymar. Let's go to Daymar. So look, you see my speed right now. It's pretty darn high. Nobody's going to be able to catch me unless they're quantum, dampening me. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I haven't seen that before. Looked like a camera view of the seat next to me or something. That was freaky. Point being, though, now you got to wait for that, spool. Now, this is where I kind of find it interesting, because people complain about this. Oh, now I have no shields and I got to wait for it to spool. I'm restricted to my SCM speed, which the C1 Spirit is 200. As you can see, I'm moving pretty slow. This is a good opportunity. This is a good thing in the long run. And I say that because prior to 323, anytime I was bounty hunting, or anybody else was bounty hunting, or if I'm running from somebody, I have unlimited ability to run fast and pretty much uncontrolled without any recourse, right? Unless somebody jumps in, and even if they did have a quantum dampening ship, that was within 2,000 meters. You were very restricted to, if somebody jumped in 5 seconds prior to you, they already have enough distance from you. Now that is going to be a little bit different here. This is going to allow interdiction gameplay to actually take place a little bit. Now, it doesn't completely stop people from being able to get away. Not at all. Like right now, I'm already back up to nav QTM speed. If he was 5 seconds behind me, I could have been boosting that entire time, been up to a pretty good speed, but there's a little bit more risk to it, right? So there is a little bit more risk about traveling, which is fun, it's exhilarating. It's not as, you can't be as much of a troll, with things you do, right? So now the drive's spooled, I can go ahead and jump again, etc., etc. Or if I just want to fly, I'll just turn it off, the quantum mode, I'll put it in flight. And then now let's talk about cruise control, right? So let's say prior you would just set cruise control at whatever, the little box here was at, and that's where it would be, right? Now if I hit left Alt C, as you can see here on the side of the screen, this is the speed I have it set to, 189. And if I hit S and bring that down, I can bring it down to 87 or 67 or 37. I'll just keep hitting that until it goes to a number where I want it. This is the new cruise control, and it actually feels really comfortable because I have a lot more control over where I want my speed without having to constantly drag back and forth the mouse wheel, which you kind of can still. Like right now, if I were to drag it all the way to the top, this just allows the allowance to be there, but I still have control over that max speed. So like right now I have it 110. I'm going to go ahead and hit W a little bit just to bring it to, I'm going to go back down. Let's go to 504. So now it's going to absolutely try its best to sustain 504 as my speed. Now, if I'm in an atmosphere of some sort, it's going to struggle, but it's going to continue to try to keep at that speed. Obviously, you're in atmosphere, you're probably not going to keep that speed, but if you're not, you will. Same with if I was to go a little bit faster, like 766, or if I really want it to be, pretty slow, I could put it at about 219. This, I feel like you can definitely have a little bit more, ability to do, stuff with this. Because I can even set a reverse cruise control. You see that right there, the reverse? Now it says minus 245. Let's see what happens when I do that. Because right now it's slowing down. It's coming to a stop. And now I'm going backwards. Negative 245, right? You couldn't do that prior with the other cruise control. So now you have a lot more flexibility in how you want to use this cruise control. You do have to be careful about not turning it off because you will crash into stuff because you'll forget. And if you don't have it right on that 0 right there, you will be moving even just a little bit. But, it's pretty easy to put it to 0 or just, left Alt C and turn it off completely. I really like it. I think it's tons of fun. Now, let's talk about the next thing really quick, and that's EVA. So right now I'm on maps. This is cool, by the way. I love this. This whole maps thing is just something else. I'm super excited for that. Oh, and they fixed the ship screen, too. So if I go here, it should show my ship. Oh, dang, that's too bad. Well, that's the F8. Let's go to the Crusader. There we go. So now it shows my ordnance, ballistics, hydrogen, and quantum. I don't know why it's so fuzzy right now. That's interesting. So a little bit of work they need to work on. But if I were to go ahead and go to maps, let's go ahead and zoom out just a little bit here. I'm going to find, not the comm array, you know what? The comm array is something you actually go to a lot more often than that shipping HUD. Let's go to a comm array. That's going to be risky, but I will absolutely do it and see how well this goes. I'm probably going to get shot out of the sky, so expect it. I'm going to swap over to quantum travel, and as you can see, it's the only object in the sky right now, or marker in the sky, so it's telling me where to go. I don't know why, but in 3.2.2, I felt like anytime I set a destination, it would still show me a bunch of other markers. It actually got kind of frustrating. I think that was a bug, because it definitely wasn't supposed to do that. So now I'm arriving to this. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the nav flight. So once see, watch, someone's chasing me, I'm just going to boost away, right? So they're stuck at 200 unless they start boosting too. But then at that point, yeah. Another complaint I hear about no shields is they're like, well, what if stuff's hitting my ship, like, you know, little meteorites or debris or whatnot? I don't think that really matters, because even with your shields up, ballistics penetrate your shield and hit your ship. So what's to say that the debris flying around you and meteorites and stuff like that aren't penetrating already your shield and hitting your ship? That's a very lame excuse to not having your shields available, is that you think it's causing damage to your ship, that when you're flying around and just random, you know, little things is hitting your ship. It's not a viable excuse for you to dislike this mode, honestly. I feel like another ship just jumped in on me here. What is that? Who is that? Oh, it's just an AI. Okay, I'm not going to worry about him. So I'm trespassing right now. So I have a really big risk. So what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. And this is one thing that they were talking about, or somebody was talking about, is that for some reason when you get out of your seat, it doesn't hold the SCM. But I'm going to try it anyways, because I'm going to set it right here, and I'm going to just get out and see if it holds. Because I am going to run like hell to get out of my ship, so don't blow me up. It looks like it stopped, so I gotta run like hell anyways, because I'm gonna start getting shot at, right? So that would have been really cool, though. Let me try this again. Hold on, because they're not shooting at me so far. So maybe I'm lucky, and either server performance. Someone's flying up. Oh, I just got destroyed. Okay, I wasn't hearing it. Okay, I don't know what was that, a mantis? Did the mantis blow me up in 3 hits? What the heck was that? Okay, hold one. I'm going to come right back to you at the same spot. Same ship. I really want to try this. This is going to be cool. Or actually, I'll do it with the freelancer. Give me 1 second. Okay, round 2. Okay, I have an idea here, and I know. You're probably going to be thinking, well, this is why you should have shields when you're in nav mode. No. It was just my stupid mistake of not going into SCM gun mode when I was going to a hostile area. See, that's the kind of the thought process right now for most people that play Star Citizen, is we should have shields and guns all the time. Well, no, that's not the case. Honestly, it should be like we're civilians that fly these ships with the means to protect ourselves, but not always on guard, right? We should always be on a neutral and a stand down posture, and then when needed, we can go ahead and be at a more combative posture. So then we switch to a gun mode, and it would open up more gameplay elements, honestly. Think about it. Right now, if you were to target a ship, it would be really cool if when targeting a ship, it shows you this ship is in a neutral stand-down state, like nav mode, and is not a threat to you. But the second that they turn on their shields and weapons, it tells you this target's a potential threat. And that would be such a good gameplay element, because then you could be like, oh, crap, what is this guy doing? Is he a pirate? Is he looking to fight me? What's going on? And it would open up a channel of dialogue, potentially, and there's just a lot of potential there. I really like that direction, and I hope they keep going that route. But here, let's test out what I really wanted to test out, and that was the new EVA. But at a location like this, you have to I'm going to open the exterior. Make sure that's opening. Good. You have to come in here and get ready to get shot at. So I'm going to go to gun mode. And this time, instead of using cruise control, I'm just going to go ahead and hit coupled. So it's going to turn off coupled. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the seat here, because we're coming up on this target fast. And usually you'd have a pilot and you wouldn't have to be doing it like this. But in this regard, oh yeah, we're going in hot. It says we're going to be trespassing in 15. But you know what? I don't care if we're getting shot at or not. I don't care if I get to get my ship back or not. This is just a fun little test. Boom! Here we go. I've jumped out. And you know, I bet you right now, if you did this in 322, as my ship probably goes flying away. Hasta la vista, freelancer. We will meet again. If you did this in 322, your character would have a absolute heart attack jumping out of the back of the freelancer, and you would be in the most disoriented state, and it would be ridiculous. But right now, we are using the new EVA 2.0, and it looks amazing. I bet you, I mean, there's the ship out there. You see the lights way over there. See, right behind my guy's helmet. I bet you that looked super cool. If I had another person with me recording that, that would have been probably pretty sweet. Now, the whole point of this test was not to jump out of the back of a freelancer and just watch it fly away to the point of where I'm going to have to either request a ride or backspace. But it was to test what the new EVA is like when you're entering a facility like this with really tight corridors, and you need to have all that space to move around, but you don't. Because in 322 or any previous build, the EVA was so terrible that you would try to maneuver in a place like this and you'd be catching the corners, you would be, you know, getting thrown around, you wouldn't be able to keep your focus on your target. Obviously, I don't have a gun on me because, like always, I never bring guns with me when I'm doing certain tests because I just forget. Not like I need it. It's just a test, because even without a gun drawn, you still bonk into everything right now on the live server with 322. Man, the new lighting looks phenomenal, by the way. I just can't get over it. To think that you can go and land anywhere on that moon right now is just something else. It really is. This game is just super impressive, and all these quality of life features, it's going to be absolutely game-changing. And then in the future, when they bring out, you know, the persistent hangars, and they bring out the freight elevators and the new cargo missions, oh, what an exciting time ahead. And that's not including all the other features and stuff that they have coming and all the new ships they have coming. Oh, it's just going to be fantastic. Okay, here we go. Here comes my test. I'm coming in. Here we go. My guy is like prepping to get... Oh, my God. Okay. That's concerning. This is phenomenal because right now you go on my channel and you look at a video anywhere, you could see that any one of my videos that has to do with a comm array or anything like this, I bounced into everything. It was almost impossible. Like on the mission, on the overdrive mission where you have to come to the comm arrays, you watch that, you can see my guy. I'm surprised I didn't get slaughtered by all the mines, honestly, because I was bouncing off everything. That was the smoothest experience I think I've ever had entering something like this. Why is this dude blinking? Oh my God, is this guy alive? Hello? Whoa! Okay, they added creepy, scary guys that are maskless and what the absolute no thank you of a nightmare is that? If this guy's following me, I'm going to have a heart attack. Because that guy doesn't have a suit, he doesn't have a helmet, and he's sitting in a station that doesn't have any oxygen. That's concerning. I didn't see any other ships here. Yeah, I'm going to chalk that up as a paranormal encounter. But did you see how easy it was for me to get out of here, too? Like, that was phenomenal. The new EVA is just fantastic. And now I sit here in distress because I have no way of leaving. I'm going to try the new... Well, not the new, but just the improved contracts. Let's go to beacons. I'm going to create a beacon. I need personal transport. Destination. Let's go to... You know, I just need Seraphim. Oh, it's going to be all the way at the bottom of the list, isn't it? Why? Why is this happening? Let's just go to Schumann Mining. There we go. We'll go there. And then I don't care about the rep. Enter the amount. Let's do 50,000. Broadcast beacon. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if the beacon's worked yet or not, but, we'll see. It's not showing up here, which is concerning. I might not have a beacon. Well, let's see if there's anything else we could take a look at really quick. Off to the next one. Another thing I really want to touch on with 3.23 is the AI behaviors. Now, you saw earlier that in Distribution Center, the AI were, T-posing and kind of facing the wrong direction. Well, when I was trying to escape the Distribution Centers, I was looking up, and I saw the AI were actually behaving normal again. No T-posing, they were walking around, they looked like they were doing things. And now, maybe it's just because they were freshly spawning in that they were just going through their cycles. But I've noticed, and even in the patch notes, they do say they've fixed, supposedly, all the AI behaviors, like standing on tables, standing on chairs. Like that guy in the background out there, you saw him. He almost had his moment, but nope. Sitting down. They've been moving... What's your problem? Hello. They've been moving really well, and they really haven't been showing the typical Star Citizen fashion of standing on furniture. And that's been awesome. Now, that's not just on, like, space stations. I've noticed that as well. Places like New Babbage or Orison, and I think that is a massive step in the right direction for AI behavior. I mean, this is quite uncommon to see, so hopefully that stays the way it is with the update going to live. That would be really cool, because it's just nice to see that if they're going to have all these AI everywhere, that they actually act, natural. Another thing to talk about with the update coming to 3.23 live is the replication layer as well as server recovery. So these are all great things, and it's going to allow for so much better, well, maybe not so much better, but hopefully better server performance as well as server recovery, allowing a server to completely recover from a 30K or crash. So if you're in the middle of doing something and the server, goes kaput, you will hopefully just get a message on screen saying, please wait, like that. Wow, what timing. I did not do that. It was just the way it is. I swear, I should go buy a lottery ticket. So that is exactly what it'll show you. Server error, please wait. At this point, it could take anywhere from 30 seconds to a few minutes. It's not typically that quick, like 30-second mark yet. It's usually a few minutes, so if you are, especially if you're in the middle of something very important, like you got cargo or you spent a lot of money and you're trying to transport something, just wait. Wait it out, okay? Because it will come back online. You'll be reconnected. It'll take maybe a minute or two for everything to come back online, like the missions and all that. It's kind of buggy right now. Like sometimes your mission you're on might bug out, but it's a step in the right direction. You're not getting kicked completely off the server or anything. And if the mission does bug out, you just exit the mission and re-get it. Whatever mission it is, you can probably get it again, and just go again. But hey, you didn't have to get kicked out of your server and restart completely everything, especially if you have a ship full of cargo. You'll be in your pilot's chair right now just waiting for this message to disappear, your screen to unfreeze, because while this is happening, everything is frozen. So it almost looks like the game just goes completely kaput, but it's not. We're going to wait here fully unedited right now. We're going to wait for the server error to clear, and we'll see just how long it takes. Right now we're probably about a minute in since I started this conversation. When that actually popped up. I swear the timing is just unbelievable. CIG's like, oh, you're making a video about this? Here, click. Thanks. Yeah, so it's going to be fantastic. That's always great because everybody's experienced the dreaded 30K, and that's always the worst thing when you have to get disconnected or you know, completely leave your game or something like that, and it's just terrible. So while we sit here and wait for everything to reconnect, you know, I kind of want to just go over the list of things we're still getting in 3.23, and I promise you this list, I am probably missing something, you know? I probably am, because there's just so much. So as you see, you got the EVA 2.0, you have the distribution centers, there's going to be new FPS balance, and what I mean by FPS, I mean first-person shooter, so like the combat balance is different. You know, when you're shooting at enemy targets, player or AI, there's certain blockers that aren't there anymore. Potentially, in like 3.2.2, there were certain things that were blocking your rounds and was making the time to kill horrendous. So now that's gone, and it feels great. The combat feels great. The new firearm scopes, and you know, they worked on the iron sights, and the guns feel good. Everything is just fantastic with that. You got the new mobi-glass, which I've shown you, and then you have the new HUD, which you can see right now on screen as we're kind of waiting here. Well, some of it. On the top left, you have the new mini-map. You got new water effects, so if you're flying a ship over water, they definitely react, which, if once this passes, I'll go and find a lake or something, and we can test that out. And then you got new lighting overall, in the entirety of the game, there's new lighting. Anywhere you look in your ship, outside of your ship, there's new lighting. It looks great. And that includes like God rays and stuff from the sun when you're on certain angles with the planets or moons. And then also you have ground fog, which was added, which is pretty cool. It makes certain environments look pretty amazing. You have new animals, like there's never been animals in Star Citizen before, you know, outside of certain people. And now you have new, you know, the animals come with animal behaviors, and it's a work in progress. It's their first iteration, so understandable that it's not going to be absolutely perfect, and the animals are kind of like, I mean, if you saw any of my previous videos, you'll know the animals can be quite aggressive, but it's all dependent on the server, right? Outside of that, you have distribution centers. So far, they're staying in. There's no word yet if they're being pulled or not, but it looks like I hope they keep them. Even if they're buggy, I hope they keep them. Oh, look at that. Hey, it's back. The server. It's alive. Yay! So, distribution centers, they look great. The, you know, lighting effects look awesome with them. Everything looks cool. They're probably going to be more integrated once, you know, the freight elevators and the personalized hangars are in. I don't think the personalized hangars really have anything to do with those, but at least the freight elevators do. That's going to be a big thing for that. Outside of that, you know, you're going to have new missions for the distribution centers, and then that'd be nice. You have a lot of new sounds in the game as well. So like from the Gladius to also combat sounds when you're getting shot at and stuff, there's some new sounds, and it sounds pretty cool. New looting screens. Looting screens look fantastic.
ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Of course, you got master modes, which, you know, there's a lot of discussion about that right now, which is understandable. But, you know, it's not fully balanced. It's not going to be fully balanced for a long time. Whether it's the mode switching or if it's the combat or whatnot. So we'll dive deep into that once we get a live release. And then you have, of course, like I mentioned, the replication layer, the server recovery, and there's a ton of quality of life updates that are small and just hidden in the update notes and all that. Outside of that, you also have the new interaction system, as you can see, like the F key above the systems, which you can turn that off. So if you don't want that there, I think you can turn that off right now. I know they said they were going to add the option to. But you can definitely turn off the new interaction system. I personally like it. But it is there. And then you also have invisible motorbikes for your stations that you can... No, I'm just kidding. That's totally a lie. You know, when the server recovers, sometimes little bugs like that are a little bit more visible. You do have the new gear terminals, but they're not available yet. So that'll be later. Now, I'm going to go ahead and grab a ship. We'll see if we can find some water, and I'll show you the new effects. One moment. Speaking of some of the new features, while I'm on my way to find some water here on Microtech, look at the clouds. Like, phenomenal. You even got ground shadows from the clouds now, which I don't remember them being there prior. I'm pretty sure those are new, and it just looks phenomenal. Right now I'm in photo mode for the clouds, so FPS is steady around 50 to 60, so feels great, feels fantastic, and this just looks phenomenal. So, gonna find some water really quick just so we can see what the water effects look like, and we'll go ahead and call it a video. Okay. So I spent too long looking for, water that I was actually just looking at the clouds and how pretty everything was. That I completely passed the water and it was dark out and there was no point in looking there. So I just jumped into Arena Commander really quick, looking at Winter's Circle, and I'll show you the water effects here. You've probably already seen it, other content creators, which is awesome. Anything to get this stuff out there. It's always good to see. More the better. So, but, I'd like to see it too. Oh, interesting. Good shading there from the tower behind me. So if I'm coming in, should have some pretty good water effects coming down with it. Wow, that's cool. That is really cool. And I wonder, let me see, what are my settings at? I'm going to check. Let's see here. Water. Ooh, let's put that at very high and see what that does. Okay. Let's try this again. Coming back around. And here we go. Wow. Ain't that just cool? It's pretty cool to see because I don't know if we're ever going to get boats or anything. Hopefully we do, but it's just really cool to see effects like that coming into play. It just makes the spaceship feel heavy. It makes it feel really alive and there. So next they need to add, tree movement and stuff. So if you're flying near trees and stuff, these engines are huge. You got to realize these engines are bigger than these trees. They would have to be, right? I mean, we've seen space shuttles just in today's world. So flying by these trees at a pretty good speed, or any speed with these type of engines, should cause some massive disturbance. So sooner or later, hopefully we'll see something like that, and without it completely killing performance. But it's just really cool to see the water effects. I'm going to take one more look, and then we'll go ahead and call it a video. I am just super excited. Give me 1 second here. Let me see. And then I'm going to boost it. That looks cool. I like it. I wonder what it would look like when you're down there. Oh, that was a view. I will say right now, I am super excited for Star Citizen's direction. Everything is looking fantastic. Of course, over the next 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years, there's going to be so much balancing and actually getting things right. So all the freak out and panic right now, it just feels kind of, understandable, and it's good that we can voice our opinions, so we make sure the game and everything heads in the right direction. We don't want to see this project fail. It's already been 10 years. We want to see it thrive and get better and bigger and grow and everything, and more people to enjoy it. But we also don't want that to be the opposite either, to where we cut out so many people and everything and all that just because we make it so difficult or so much of a simulator. So they're trying to find a good middle ground. I applaud them for that. They're trying to, appease the long-term fans, people that have been around like me since the before the hangar days, and the hangar modules, and getting to explore the Aurora the first time, and the Mustang, and the Freelancer, walking around all these big metal tin cans. But yeah, there's an exciting direction. It's heading the right way. hopefully we'll see the hangar module as well as the, not hangar module. God, I want to see that again. Hopefully we'll see persistent hangars and the freight elevator within the next month or two. I'm assuming a Point X patch will be pretty quick after live release. So, yeah. Everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to show you more and more and more with 3.23. And once we get EVA build, I will not show you anything, but I'll at least be able to talk about it. So I'm super excited and about everything coming to Star Citizen, and I cannot wait to tell you more about a giveaway I have coming soon, but not yet. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night, day, evening, whatever it is for you.